Like any normal functioning human being, I played Deltarune chapters 3 and 4 within the same week that it first released. And honestly, it's peak. Like, what else can I say? If we're being for real, it's genuinely one of the greatest gaming experiences I've had in such a long time. I'm also the biggest Deltarune fan, so that was to be expected, obviously. The game is just genuinely so good. Every time you think, what more can Toby Fox do? He completely exceeds your expectations. Like, it's crazy. This man does not stop. I don't know how he does it. He makes these beautiful tracks. The music in the game is just phenomenal. I actually have no other words to describe it. And it's crazy to me that every game, like with every chapter that comes out, the music just gets better. Like, I didn't even think music could be this good, and yet here I am, unironically listening to a 2-hour loop of and now a word from today's sponsor. Like, it's actually insane. I will say, if you do not remember anything from the previous chapters, you are 100% gonna want to replay them, because even though I didn't do that, I could still remember most of what happened in the first 2 chapters, mainly just because I went back and played them a couple times, like maybe earlier in the year, if not last year. So my memory on everything was still, I could still remember most things, right? Most plot details and all that stuff, but at the same time, there were certainly some moments where I'm like, wait, when the fuck did this happen? They're like, wait, was this already explained? And yeah, I don't know. Like, for example, like when they were doing the flash. Oh wait, actually, sorry. Spoilers, by the way, because I feel like that needs to be said. I will be 100% talking about spoilers because the game's been out for a few weeks now. I feel like it's okay to talk about them. But if you haven't, don't watch this then. So, firstly, I was kind of shocked, but then again, not really, at how Chapter 3 just completely opens up with Rousey just explaining how the Darkeners work and how the Lighteners work in their respective worlds, and how, like, he just immediately reveals the truth that, hey, yeah, we can't really exist in your guys' world because we're Darkeners. Like, we just represent, like, common items, or, like, items that basically represent us. And I just find that I wouldn't say rushed, because I mean the game is gonna be it is gonna be 7 chapters, so obviously they do have to speed up some things and actually elaborate on certain things now, considering we're at the halfway mark at this point. But I was kind of like, I was not taken aback. I don't know how to explain it. I was just caught off guard that they were immediately talking about it, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I thought we were gonna stay in, I guess, mystery, where we weren't really gonna get a definitive answer as to what the relationship was and how everything correlated. But I mean, it's good that they explained it, you know. I'm not complaining too much in that regard. It's not really a complaint either to begin with. I just found it kind of insane. And I will say, oh my god, sorry, I'm losing my voice. I'm feeling kind of sick today. I will say, one big thing that I've seen people criticize the game on, especially in Chapter 3, which, I mean, it's not a game killer for me. There's this habit that Toby Fox has where the game will have like the most gut-wrenching, sad, depressing scene that really tugs at your heartstrings, and then it immediately gets cut off and it's like, haha, funny moment, lol. Which, I mean, that's just kind of what Toby Fox is like. Well, I wouldn't say it's what he's known for, but it's just definitely something that he likes to do in his games a lot. And when I say games, I mean the 2. But still, I feel like that's something that just screams Toby Fox energy to me. So in my honest opinion, it doesn't really break the game for me. And if anything, I'm kind of a sucker for that. I think it's funny from time to time. Again, in the beginning of Chapter 3, Rousey and Susie are having this really big heart-to-heart, and then it just immediately gets cut off by Aunt Tenna, Mr. Tenna, and I mean, I just thought it was fucking funny. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that they're thinking that they're having like this super sincere and honest moment with each other, and it's like, oh, isn't that sad? Oh, isn't that wholesome? And then they're like, oh fuck, we're just TV show. And I think it's funny. Realistically, I mean, I don't know. Maybe my humor's just fucked up, but I thought it was pretty funny. And then it's so funny to me that most people thought that Mr. Tenna was gonna be this super evil, scheming villain and like the antagonist of the game. No, I'll be honest, I was one of the few people, I feel like, who did not think that. I was like, this guy's gonna be silly. Like, he has to be a silly villain. There's no way, right? And we were right. He wasn't really that evil. He kind of just missed being the center of attention, having all the people watching him because he was an old CRT. And in a weird way, this game, especially this chapter, really made me start thinking, damn, if I was like on the, I don't even know what you would call it, but if I was more on like the super whimsical and imaginative side of the spectrum, of the autism spectrum, this would probably just make me want to just envision all these little household items that I have and make my own dark world. Like I would just play I would play pretend and be like, guys, this water bottle, it's part of the dark world. This mouse, it's part of the dark world. Like I feel like it's so cool because, I mean, even if you're like a kid and you're playing this, which I'm like little hesitant. I'm like, why are you kid playing this? Because there are some, I guess, somewhat adult humor, if you want to put it that way. But I mean, like, I can't stop anybody from playing it, right? But I feel like if you're a kid playing this, or at least a teen, like, you can really just be, you can literally just make your own OCs, make everything. I think that's cool. I've seen a couple OCs, I won't lie, and it's pretty cool. It's awesome to see that the fans are so inspired by this game. And honestly, I would probably make my own OCs, but I unfortunately am still too hyper fixated on Sonic, and I don't think anything at the time being is going to really surpass that hyperfixation, but that's fine. Regardless, the game mechanics, the gameplay was so good. I loved the whole, I loved the boards that you have to play through to access certain rooms in the green room. I will say it does kind of suck that if you don't get S rank on all the boards, especially if you don't get S rank in the first board, you miss out on a secret boss. And it's really like that one meme where it's like, I forgot to jiggle the balls from this one segment in Deltarune and now I can't do a secret boss. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I do think that when they do shit like that, where like if you miss one little thing, you miss out on something like entirely different, something super big. It is annoying, I won't lie. But at the same time, the way I look at it, that just means I get to play Deltarune again. That just means I get to replay the chapters, and I'm honestly not complaining about that because I love the game. What can I say? And I'll say it here. I know people will crucify me for saying this. We're like, how dare you like the game that's new and improved from what was the original, or what was the basic, the test. And I don't give a fuck. Even if Deltarune was just the one chapter, I still prefer it over Undertale. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm sorry. I know it's such a bad opinion, I think, from what I've seen online, but I don't give a fuck. And then I'm trying to think, what else did I really like about Chapter 3? I did like that we got to see more of Rousey not breaking character, but just opening up and showcasing other emotions besides like the typical optimistic and cheery personality. It was so sad to see him kind of, if you will, break down a bit and be very vulnerable with the gang. I thought that was very sweet, and I just love that. I love that these characters are portrayed so realistically. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but they just feel like people that you would know personally, or even your own friend group. And I think that's why, at the same time too, it's why I love these characters way more than the ones in than Undertale. And I know that's kind of ironic to say, I don't care, but I think it also helps that at the time that the game initially came out, I was their age, right? I was in high school, and I just felt so seen. I don't know how else to really put it. I know I have a running theme with my channel where I'm like, this thing made me feel seen, but it did. It really did. And in chapter 4, oh man, that's a whole other ballpark. like take everything you got from chapter 3, all the silliness, all the wackiness, all the heartfelt moments, tone down the wackiness a little bit, up all the dramatics, all the sad emotions that you feel, all these powerful feelings, and it's cinema. Chapter 4 is just so good. I love what's his name? Gerson, that like turtle guy who was from Undertale, dead in this world. Like, that is fucking crazy to me. The fight, the secret boss fight with Jackenstein, it's so funny to me. A lot of people said that fight was really hard, and me, a notorious bad gamer, it only took me 2 tries to beat him. Like, I beat him on the second try. Like, I don't know how I did it. I just got really lucky. And then, God forbid, every other fight, which mind you, if I recall, most normal, like, boss fights or just enemy fights, they're not supposed to be that difficult. And I would find myself struggling more with those fights than with the secret Jackenstein boss. I don't get it. That's just how the cookie crumbles, I suppose. I will say, both in these 2 chapters, I am a little sad there's not that much Lancer involved. But that's also just because I love Lancer. What can I say? He's just a silly little goober like me. But at the same time, I can kind of understand why they probably don't want to incorporate him that much. Because, I mean, he's not really... Okay, I was going to say he's not part of the gang. That's not true. He is part of the gang. But I would say he's definitely not one of the main protagonists, if you will. But I do love him, and I miss him, and I hope I see more of him in the other chapters. Or, well, I guess in chapter 3 he did have some relevance, especially during like the video gaming sections, where he could become an equipable item and help you do stuff to progress in the game. But I mean, it's not a whole lot in my opinion. I just want to see more of him, okay? Like, I just want to see more of him. Also, it's funny to me that I'm thinking about, like, the fact that in chapter 4, Susie just straight up opens her own dark world, her own dark fountain. And I'm thinking, dude, me, 5 years ago, I've been losing my marbles. I would have been flipping my shit. It's funny that so many things happen that, like, a few years ago, you wouldn't think would even happen. Like, it's just insane to me how the game just progresses and everything just gets better and better. The stakes get higher. It's insane to me. I've also been hearing talk that in the whole prophecy aspect thing that's going on in chapter 4, people think that Susie isn't actually a part of the prophecy. I can kind of see both sides, where it's actually supposed to be Noelle who is part of the prophecy. Yeah, I can see that. But I can also understand why I think Susie still is part of the prophecy, because these games, she's been growing and changing so much. She's legitimately the embodiment of hope, and I think that's beautiful. I think it's beautiful that, I'm being so serious, I don't think I've ever interacted with or seen a single Susie hater, and that's telling something. Like, you have a character that is just so well written and portrayed so accurately to that of like a troubled teenager that no one hates them. Like, no one hates that character, and that's crazy to me. And especially given how much flack other characters get. Except I guess Chris. I don't really see people hating Chris because I mean, sorry to say, but they don't have any form of control because we're the player, we're the one controlling them, which I paid $25, Chris. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just kidding. But no, it was cool to see though that in these chapters as well too, you do see that Chris is slowly starting to get control of certain actions. Like, if you pick certain dialogue options, there's like moments where they're like, Chris was howling, like they were screaming because you chose this answer, essentially. And I'm just like, I find that hilarious, but also honestly kind of sad that they're so they have such lack of control in their own autonomy and movement. It's crazy to me. Actually, I'm not gonna say this because this will 100% get people to hate me, so I'm not gonna say it. I think Susie and Noelle it's a little boring, a little cliche. I mean, it's nothing harmful. I wouldn't say I outright hate it. I just prefer other pairings, which I'm not going to name here because, again, I don't want to get flack for it. But you know, even though I'm not like the biggest fan of it, I can't outright say, oh, this ship sucks, or like, oh, you know, I hate this pair. Like, no, I don't hate it. I just think it's kind of boring, kind of overdone in a weird way. It does kind of feel like how would I say it? It does kind of feel like a rehash of Undyne and Alphys. And even though and I know people are gonna hate me for saying that, and even though there is technically more depth to it, and that you're actually seeing the relationship progress on screen, it just doesn't hit for me. I'm also just in general tired of like the whole, oh, it's a Yuri couple, they have to be masculine and one of them has to be feminine. Like it would just be cool to kind of see it switch up sometime, but I know that's not really, like, what can I do about that? At the same time, representation is representation, so I'm not mad, you know, at the end of the day. Regardless, other than that, Black Knight, he was cool as fuck, or sorry, they were cool as fuck. We don't even know who they are, but a lot of people are speculating that it's Des. I've even seen someone say that they might think it's Noelle's dad. Was it Randy? Yeah, they think it's him. Or I've heard some people say like Asgore, but I don't know. I don't really see Asgore, especially in this game, being the knight. I think I'm definitely shifting more towards Des, Noelle's sister, and her dad, Randy, because I mean, it even got the antlers. I'm just saying. And also, it's pretty obvious that Chris is working alongside the knight. There's certain segments that pretty much just they further allude to that. And yeah, I mean, again, there's so much I feel like I didn't get a chance to talk about in this, but there's just so much that I'd have to write it all down to do a deep dive, a big analysis video. And I don't know, like, at the same time, I feel like I couldn't really put all of those thoughts and all those theories into words, especially scripting it. I don't know. I mean, if that's something you guys really want me to do and fully analyze the entirety of Deltarune so far, I could do it. It just might take me a bit, because again, I'd have to script everything, and I'd have to fully articulate my thoughts in a cohesive and organized manner. But again, we shall see. Again, let me know, because truth be told, I wouldn't know either. If you guys want to, not unless you comment, subscribe, like, it tells me that, you know, you guys like the video. And yeah, again, there's a lot I did not cover. I'm sorry. I kind of just wanted to get a quick general thoughts video. If you guys really want me to make a full-blown analytical type of review where I deep dive into my own personal theories and I analyze, you know, the characters and what's going on, I will do that. Just let me know in the comments. And if you played Deltarune chapters 3 and 4, please let me know. I love talking about Deltarune with other people. Make sure you comment down below. What did you like? What did you not like? Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for me. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.